Hillary Clinton accuses Trump administration of cover-up in Epstein file releases. Trump says he will be involved indirectly in Iran talks. US and Iran set for high-stakes nuclear talks in Geneva as threat of war looms. Kremlin rejects claim it poisoned Navalny with dart frog toxin. Widow says truth is out. French police raid Arab World Institute in Paris as Epstein fallout widens. Former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has accused the administration of President Donald Trump of a cover-up in its handling of files linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In an interview with the BBC, Clinton said the government was deliberately delaying the release of documents required under the Epstein Files Transparency Act and urged authorities to, quote, get the files out. The law, passed by Congress earlier this year, requires the U.S. Justice Department to release nearly all records related to Epstein. While the department says it has complied, some lawmakers argue that key materials remain undisclosed. Republican Representative Thomas Massie has called for the release of internal Justice Department memos explaining past decisions not to prosecute Epstein and his associates. The White House has rejected claims of suppression. Trump said his administration has done more for the victims than Democrats ever have, and claimed he has been exonerated by the released material. Clintons to testify. Both Hillary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton have agreed to testify before the House Oversight Committee. Hillary Clinton is scheduled to appear on the 26th of February, followed by Bill Clinton on the 27th of February. If the hearings go ahead, it would mark the first time a former U.S. president has testified before Congress since 1983. A planned vote to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress was dropped after they agreed to testify. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Monday he would be involved indirectly in high-stakes nuclear talks between the United States and Iran scheduled for Tuesday in Geneva, adding that he believes Tehran wants to reach a deal. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump said the discussions would be very important, even as tensions rise ahead of the meeting. The United States has deployed a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East and is preparing for the possibility of a prolonged military campaign if negotiations fail, according to U.S. officials. Trump said Iran had learned from last summer's U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities and now appears more motivated to negotiate. I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal, he said. Dispute over uranium enrichment. Before the U.S. and Israeli strikes in June, talks stalled over Washington's demand that Iran stop enriching uranium on its own soil. The U.S. views domestic enrichment as a potential pathway to nuclear weapons. Trump said a deal could have been reached earlier, avoiding the need for U.S. stealth bombers to strike Iranian nuclear sites, and expressed hope that Tehran would now take a more flexible approach. The United States and Iran are holding indirect nuclear talks in Geneva on the 11th of February, as efforts to revive diplomacy unfold amid rising military tensions in the Middle East. The talks are being mediated by Oman, with U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner participating alongside Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, sources told Reuters. Despite the negotiations, the U.S. military is preparing for the possibility of extended operations against Iran should President Donald Trump order an attack, according to U.S. officials. Washington has deployed a large naval force to the region. Iran, meanwhile, began military drills on the 10th of February in the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil shipping route, raising concerns among Gulf Arab states that have called for diplomacy. Nuclear dispute and pressure on Iran. The talks follow the resumption of negotiations on the 6th of February over Iran's nuclear program, which Washington and Israel believe could lead to nuclear weapons. Iran denies seeking a bomb, insisting its program is peaceful, though it has enriched uranium close to weapons-grade levels. The Kremlin has firmly rejected accusations from 5 European countries that the Russian state killed opposition leader Alexei Navalny using a rare toxin, calling the claims biased and unfounded. Navalny, the most prominent domestic critic of President Vladimir Putin, died on the 16th of February 2024 at the age of 47, while serving a prison sentence at the Polar Wolf penal colony in Russia's far north. Authorities said at the time that he died of natural causes. On Saturday, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Sweden and Netherlands said laboratory analysis of samples taken from Navalny's body showed the presence of epibetadine, a powerful toxin found in South American poison dart frogs. In a joint statement, the countries said Navalny died while in Russian custody, giving the state means, motive and opportunity to poison him. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov dismissed the allegation, saying Russia strongly rejects what it called politically motivated accusations. Russia's Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said Moscow would respond substantively only if detailed test results were released. Until then, she said the claims amounted to Western propaganda. French police have searched the Arab World Institute in Paris as part of an investigation into its former head, ex-culture minister Jack Lang, and his links to late U.S. financier Jeffrey Epstein, prosecutors said. France's national financial prosecutor said the institute was among several locations searched on Monday. The raids follow the opening of a preliminary investigation earlier this month into Jack Lang and his daughter, Caroline Lang, on suspicion of tax fraud, after the release of new Epstein-related documents in the United States. Lang, who served as culture minister under former President François Mitterrand, resigned this month from the Arab World Institute, which he had led since 2013. He has acknowledged corresponding with Epstein between 2012 and 2019, but said he was unaware of Epstein's crimes. Epstein had been convicted in 2008 of soliciting prostitution from a minor and died by suicide in a U.S. prison in 2019. The Arab World Institute, overseen by France's Foreign Ministry, said it could not immediately comment on the police search. Jack and Caroline Lang have both denied any wrongdoing or receiving money from Epstein. Their lawyer, Laurent Merlet, said there had been no movement of funds.